Marcy.
And I'm Caitlin.
And this is Stay Salty.
As Christians, we are called to be the salt of the earth. Matthew 5:13 says, "You are the salt of the earth, but if the salt loses its flavor, how shall it be seasoned? It is then good for nothing but to be thrown out and trampled underfoot by men."
So come with us as we discover how to stay salty to better season our world.
Hey guys, welcome back to Stay Salty.
Hi, how are you?
We're so excited for today's episode.
Glad you guys are back. I have a joke for you, Marcy.
Oh dear, go on.
Okay, a man walks into his bank looking stressed and asks to discuss his accounts. "Your finances are in terrible shape," the banker states. "Your checking account is overdrawn, your loan is overdue." "Yes, I know," the man sighs. "It's my wife. She is completely out of control." "Why do you allow her to spend more money than you have?" asks the banker. "Frankly," the man replies with a deep, defeated exhale, "I'd rather argue with you than with her." You don't get it.
I don't get it. Explain the joke.
So, it's more fun to argue with the accountant about how much money he has,
Than with his wife?
than with his wife, because she wants to spend money, right? I know, it's not funny. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Fail. Conflict.
That joke was
That
terrible.
Well,
I don't think anyone laughed. And if you did laugh, I'm concerned.
dear.
Did you think it was funny?
Well,
What?
no, but I understood it.
Okay, well, I didn't get it. With jokes, it takes me a little bit to get.
And jokes are half
Some jokes
the time aren't funny. They're just like, oh, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some jokes, it's like, oh man, that was hilarious. Like right away, you get it. And you're
Yeah.
laughing. Other jokes, it's like 5 hours later, then you chuckle. But this was like no laugh matter. No
You
laughing
wake
matter.
up in the middle of the night laughing your head off.
No, that wasn't that funny.
Your family thinks you're crazy.
In situations, it's like someone tells a joke, and then you say, man, I really did not get that. And then you walk away, you start dying, and everyone else is like, why are you laughing?
Have you ever been the last person laughing, though?
Yeah,
It
that's
kind of
embarrassing.
is embarrassing. I'm like over there 5 minutes
Everyone-
later, it hits me again how funny it is. And I just
You can't
die.
stop laughing.
I have to walk
That's
out
almost
of the
kind of
room.
like the best way to get a joke, though. Everyone else is done laughing, and then you start laughing.
But then it's embarrassing.
And
because
it is
everyone else
embarrassing because they're all
done.
like, okay, moving on. So conflict, what does that mean?
Our topic was chosen based off a sermon we heard yesterday at church. Our preacher was saying for men, and I think this can go for all people, that we, as Christians, I should say, should avoid conflict when we're able, but engage or face it when necessary.
It's like you shouldn't run away from it,
Yeah,
but like there are certain situations you have to engage.
yeah. But what it is a struggle or opposition between two or more opposing forces, ideas, or interests, or a serious disagreement or argument. So in the joke, like he would rather argue with the banker instead of his wife because his wife and him had a relationship. He probably didn't have a relationship with the banker, and he lived with the wife.
Yeah.
But wives, don't be argumentative, please.
So there are 3 C's of conflict, like how to resolve it.
So the 3 C's of conflict
Is communication. I feel like that's pretty easy. If you are fighting with a sibling, with a parent, with a spouse, or
Mhm.
with a coworker, the first thing you need to have is good communication. Like being able to talk to each other. Don't just walk away angry, or
The silent treatment doesn't help.
that does not help. That's actually like the worst thing. Growing up, me and my sister, we often would argue about the different like projects we were doing together. She was always very neat and particular, and I was pretty messy and quick. I got my jobs done quickly, which was great, but it was done terribly. And hers would take her a couple business days, but eventually she would get it done, and it would be so neat. We butted heads a lot just because we were so opposite. She would often give me the silent treatment when she was mad at me. When she was annoyed with me, she would just like not talk to me. And this could go on for days. Like days. Like at least 2 days. And she wouldn't talk to me, and I would be, it was like the worst punishment ever.
Oh.
Because I love to talk, and so I'd be talking to her, Chloe, hey, did you know this? And then I'm talking, and I come to realize a couple minutes later she was not listening. She's not planning to respond.
That's the worst.
So it's like, seriously? I poured out my heart to you for nothing? That silent treatment is one of the worst punishments for anybody.
Yeah.
Especially for someone who actually feels bad for what they did. You know what I'm saying? I usually like did not feel bad.
Yeah.
I would just kind of like, I forgot about it and, come back to hang out with her again. And she's like, not there yet. So,
Yeah.
yeah, silent treatment. Let's not do that.
No, communication is very important. For resolving conflict, you need to talk about it.
The second one is collaborate. Teamwork, working together. So it's like, okay, you have a disagreement. One person wants to do this, the other person doesn't. You communicate, and then you have to collaborate. That means you have to work together at it. Hear their side of the story, how they're seeing it, their perspective. They hear yours, so you work together.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yep, that makes sense.
The third was compromise, finding a middle ground, being willing to give a little. That one can be a little bit hard because I don't know.
Absolutely.
Maybe it's just like women or people or different personalities, but it's like, I feel like, man, this is how you need to do it. And like, I don't see any other way. Like, it's kind of like stubborn, maybe that's the word for it. But being able to be like, okay, finding a middle ground and being able to compromise and...
Because you don't want to stay in the conflict. You want to resolve it if you can. If that's the only way, then that's often the best. Yeah. Why and how should you avoid a conflict in the first place? So first, tell me why.
Well, going back to me and my sister's relationship as kids, I feel like I often poked her.
Aww.
Like, you know what I'm saying? You kind of tease or you annoy. So, like, if you're that person, you like to stir the pot, get people worked up. Like, that's where you can start is, like, don't do that, right? If you are bored and you just want to tease, go find something else to do. Or if it's like a coworker and you just kind of like a little drama, you like to make things more interesting. Because I feel like I did that. I was bored. And I kind of wanted a little bit of entertainment, and I knew she was quick-tempered and she could get mad. And so it's like you just like to tease.
Yeah.
So avoid conflict by not getting involved. Like, don't... What is it?
Don't create a conflict.
Don't create a conflict out of boredom or just because you want entertainment.
So why is it a good thing to avoid? Why should we avoid conflict?
Why am I getting all the questions?
Because I'm the one asking. Why is it good to avoid conflict when we're able to?
It's not very biblical to try to get people worked up. Like, that is not the spirit of God.
Yeah.
The Bible is often talking about, like, an angry man is like a, what is that? Like, run away from people who are quick-tempered. And so, like, why would we...
Don't hang out with them.
No. Like, why would we want to, like, get people worked up? And I know it is fun sometimes, isn't it? It can be kind of funny when someone gets all upset. But you have to go back to yourself. It's like, why am I doing this? And, like...
Be wise.
Be wise. It's like, that's not nice.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's just not nice. It's not kind. It's not godly at all.
Right.
And it's honestly pretty immature. Like, if you're trying to get people worked up just for your own entertainment, you need to grow up. I need to grow up.
So how about if a conflict comes at you? You didn't create it, but there is a conflict and you have to deal with it. How would you avoid one? So let me give you a scenario.
Okay.
Let's say you bump into your friend's car.
Ooh.
How would you avoid conflict? Because that's already some tension, right? That's not a good place to be. How do you avoid conflict the best? Or should you face that conflict?
In that situation, you bumped into her car. You need to be responsible.
Yeah.
Some situations, you really can't avoid conflict. It's like, you caused a conflict. You know she's going to be upset. It's her car.
So you shouldn't avoid conflict.
So don't avoid it and pretend it didn't happen.
Yeah.
So I think there are certain situations you have to be tough.
Yeah.
And you have to face the conflict.
Admit what you did. So in the Bible, Abram, his name was later changed to Abraham, which is how he's better known. He was good at distinguishing between avoiding conflict and facing it. So he avoided it in the story about him and Lot when their cattle got too numerous. They couldn't share land anymore. So he let Lot choose the luscious land of... What land was that?
One was like green and had water, a river or stream, something nice.
And a city near it.
Yeah.
It was livable.
Sodom and Gomorrah. And then the other one was like desert.
But anyways, Abram was older than Lot and he let Lot choose. And Lot chose the better land. Like, Abram was being a peacemaker. He wasn't trying to shove Lot out or get mad at Lot whenever he chose the good land.
How do you say his name?
Lot?
Okay. I don't know why I thought you were saying it different.
Sometimes I throw a funny accent in on accident.
Okay, I do that too all the time.
So he didn't argue. Arguing is usually selfish. You're trying to get your own best. You're looking out for yourself, your own motives, and an arguing selfish person is not someone who's fun to be around.
Yeah.
So that's why that's good to avoid conflict whenever we can.
Okay, this is land they're talking about. And, like, this is where they were going to live for who knows how long. And, like, Abraham could have been like, God told me to come here.
Yeah.
I'm going to choose the better side. I'm going to go over here to the green grass, not the desert. Like, he could have been so selfish.
Yeah, but they were family, and he didn't want to break those ties.
I know. And so it's like, it's so commendable how he chose to let his nephew have the better choice. And he knew Lot was going to choose the green pasture. I mean, who wouldn't?
It would be
like,
hard
it was like
not
rocks
to.
in the desert or green with water.
Yeah.
Like, it's pretty obvious which was the better choice. And it was just so, like, admirable that Abraham was, like, wise enough or, like, kind and generous enough to let his nephew choose first.
Later in the story about Abram and Lot, this was also talked about yesterday at church. Lot actually got captured with the whole city of Sodom by an enemy, and that's when Abram needed to face conflict. He went and rescued Lot. He had to fight against whoever took him to rescue him. And so when you're in a conflict because of another person, it's not selfish. You're trying to defend somebody. That's when it's good to face conflict.
Like, if you didn't cause the conflict, or, like, there's two other parties that have conflict.
Yeah.
And you're just, like, the middle person. I feel like that is that's when you could face it, because you're not personally involved. Maybe you are, but maybe you're not attached to whatever they're fighting over, and so you can come in there and you can help them work it out. So like, you're facing it, but you're not involved,
right?
But you would have wisdom, and I think that's a situation where you could face it. If you came in there and you're like, okay, I'm gonna side with Lucy, like, that wouldn't be, that's not facing conflict the right way. That's just like, you're actually making it worse. But if you're coming in there, like, as a peacemaker, when your intent is to make peace, bring peace, then I think that would be a good time to come and face the conflict.
Yeah, that's good. And Jesus said, blessed are the peacemakers. So that's what we should strive for.
Yeah.
I did think of another person in the Bible who had to face conflict, although it was very hard for her. I'm going to read Esther 7, 1-6. So the king and Haman went to Queen Esther's banquet, and as they were drinking wine on the second day, the king again asked, Queen Esther, what is your petition? It will be given you. What is your request? Even up to half the kingdom, it will be granted. Then Queen Esther answered, If I have found favor with you, your majesty, and if it pleases you, grant me my life. This is my petition, and spare my people. This is my request. For I and my people have been sold to be destroyed, killed and annihilated. If we had merely been sold as male and female slaves, I would have kept quiet, because no such distress would justify disturbing the king. King Xerxes asked Queen Esther, Who is he? Where is he, the man who has dared to do such a thing? Esther said, An adversary and enemy, this vile Haman. Then Haman was terrified before the king and queen. So Esther here is facing a conflict. Her people are about to be annihilated, killed by Haman, because Haman didn't like the Jews, God's people. And so she was in a position as queen where she could talk to the king. But that was really scary because he didn't necessarily ask her, like, you only came if you were called. But she faced that conflict for her people, because if she didn't speak up, then her people would have been killed. So she kept the peace and, saved lots of people.
That's so crazy. And so courageous. Like, she sacrificed her peace, because if he would have found out that she was Jewish, and he did find out, she knew that she could have been also killed along with her people.
Okay, I need a little snack for a second. That keep me a little salty.
These are not salt and vinegar chips. These are actually... What are these?
Toasted chips, sour cream and onion.
They're so good. So buttery. Oh.
Very oniony.
They're really good.
Anyways, back to the topic. So yeah, Esther was a very neat example of someone who faced conflict, keeping the peace. She did great.
Yeah,
So-
very honorable. Never mind.
Honorable. Can you think of anyone else who avoided conflict?
Yeah, I was actually thinking about Joseph. That situation when Pharaoh's wife, tried to get him to sin.
Yeah.
And he fled from her. Maybe he ended up arguing with, what was his name? Potiphar?
Yeah.
Maybe, he argued and was like, no, I actually didn't do this. It just seemed like he kind of, from, the story, he just kind of went to jail.
Right.
There was no arguing. He just, willingly went to jail.
Yeah.
And then when he was in jail, he did so good at serving others, at keeping his jail cell tidy, that he was put in charge of the jail cell.
Yeah.
This guy was just, so cool.
We also had Jesus, on his side, he was a strong believer.
Yeah.
So
That
helped
definitely gave
a
him the
lot.
power.
Yeah.
He avoided the conflict. He could have made it so much worse. I mean, he could have even, ran away. His
Yeah.
life wasn't going the way he planned.
Yeah.
His brothers sold him into slavery, and then, just as it was getting good for him, he got thrown into jail.
Yeah.
Could have so easily made the situation worse, but he, served where he was at, and let God use him, and God did.
And that's awesome. He did go through a lot.
He did.
Being falsely accused is
That
so
hurts.
hard not to argue
Oh.
with. Jesus did that too. When he was at his trial, he didn't argue
Mm-mm.
about what he did, all the
Mhm.
false accusations.
Mhm.
He was just silent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Powerful. Such a good example for us.
Yeah.
Proverbs 15:1 says, "A soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger." I feel like that is one thing I've kind of always, kept in the back of my mind, especially when I'm, in a conflict where I feel like I'm in the right and they're in the wrong. But just remembering that a soft answer
Yeah.
turns away wrath. And wrath is anger or hatred or whatever you might have. When someone is arguing with you and they're really upset with you, the best thing you can do in that situation is remain quiet.
Yeah.
Just hear them out. Let them speak. And they might be really upset, saying bad words, chewing you out. And maybe you did something bad. Maybe you didn't do anything bad. Maybe you're completely in the clear. But just being still and listening to them, I feel like that just slowly, as they're talking and they can see your expression, that you're not filled with anger, you're just listening. I feel like that kind of slowly turns their anger. I don't know, their voice often softens and they calm down a little bit and reason with you instead of just yelling at you.
My mom used to say it takes two to fight.
Yeah.
Because, if you don't add any fuel to the fire, if you don't answer back, they
Mhm.
can't keep arguing.
Exactly.
I mean, they're just wasting their breath because
Mhm.
you're not going to do
Yeah.
anything.
I've definitely been in that situation where someone will be yelling at me, mad at me for something. And if I'm just listening patiently and letting him
Mhm.
talk, pretty soon their voice softens out and they kind of settle down and you can actually talk
Yeah.
without yelling. You can communicate
Yeah.
and hopefully soon collaborate and then compromise.
I was thinking about Jesus, whenever he went to the temple and overthrew the money changers,
Mhm.
threw around the tables because they were dishonoring God's temple. And that was something that was very displeasing to Jesus,
Mhm.
being God. And I mean, anybody who was a follower of God should have been angered by that too.
Yes.
That's a way he did face it. And David, too, he did a lot of fighting, which was what he should have been doing because that's what God told him to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like there's definitely certain situations where you can't compromise. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? There are certain things you might be in, you might be experiencing, where you do need to stand strong on what you're
Yes.
believing, stand strong on what you're fighting for, and you don't compromise.
When it comes to our faith, you are never supposed to compromise on your faith and what God tells us. When someone disagrees with you about something God told you to do, that's something you should never compromise on.
Mm-hmm.
If you are tempted to lie because it would save your bacon, you're not supposed to compromise on that. If you ran into someone's car, you're not supposed to run away from that because that wouldn't be God honoring. That wouldn't be honest. You gotta face the music, tell them what you did.
Exactly. If we're fighting for biblical truth, we need to not compromise. You have to stand with the word of God.
Yeah.
Whatever situation you're in, and maybe it's just a small conflict. Maybe you broke something at a store.
Mm-hmm.
That is definitely something you need to own up to and just be like, hey, I broke this. Instead of just sneaking away But there are certain issues, certain problems that you might just have to like be okay. You're not going to win, and that is okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe just for the sake of peace,
Yeah.
you just leave it alone.
Right.
Definitely depends on the situation and what's going on.
Yeah, because it can be really hard to face the conflict or not add to it.
Exactly.
But having wisdom, knowing which is which, when to apply,
Yes.
is something we as Christians need to be working on and building so we can keep the peace, but do the hard things, glorify God, honor God, staying salty.
So how would you respond to someone who's always creating conflict for you? Like maybe that's just like a coworker or a friend or just someone who just kind of always is creating conflict.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Like maybe you're not the problem.
Yeah,
They're the problem.
right.
Which with me and my sister, I was often the problem because I was bored and so I made
Right.
conflict for her.
Yeah.
You're ignoring them, you're doing your own thing, and they're like always picking at you.
Yeah.
Always trying to get you.
Removing yourself from the situation. You can't.
Yes.
Will God be with you?
Yeah.
Bless you and pray for them and yourself. I don't know how much else you can do. Try to win them over, ask them what's wrong. Like, honestly, if you need to talk to them, what is the matter? Why are you always trying to fight with me? Pray for them so much.
Yes.
Because they probably have something they're dealing with.
Yes.
But, yeah, that's a tough situation.
Like Caitlin said, be honest, and like if they're still just like not wanting to hear you out, they don't care about what you're saying about wanting peace, then
Yeah.
I guess you just have to like remove yourself from that situation if possible. I mean, if it's a coworker, that's really hard. You're working together. How do you even quit your job? I mean, maybe in a certain situation you might have to if it's that bad.
Maybe you could ask your boss for a different person to work with.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
there are situations where you might have to, like to bring someone else in to help you resolve the issue. Your
Yeah.
boss, your pastor, I don't know who you could bring in, but another person who is not connected to the situation, who can bring in some wisdom and some guidance and, yeah, help you work through that.
Yeah, absolutely. So how does all of this keep us salty, Mercy?
How does avoiding conflict or not avoiding conflict keep us salty?
Yes.
Well, I think it's good to know about these situations and how to handle them. Maybe you're in that situation right now, or maybe you kind of like just don't have that much drama in your life. But I think it's just good to know, like, and to see how other people in the Bible responded. And the example of Jesus, so often he was just meek and mild, you know,
Yeah.
like people would taunt him, would annoy him, I'm sure, and they would call him names, and he was just always turning the other cheek. So I think it's good to remember that, and that keeps us salty. Like, we are trying to be like Jesus, follow his example, and we can only follow his example if we know how he responded.
Yes, absolutely. It's good. Well, I think that's about covering it. So let's end with prayer. Dear Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for a good podcast. I pray that we will learn how to discern when to face a conflict and when to avoid it. Give us the wisdom to discern the two and to be wise in what we do. Thank you for everyone listening, and I pray that they have a good day, and please bless them in Jesus' name. Amen.